Cybersecurity is one of the hottest jobs right now, but the problem is everyone wants experience, but no one tells you how to really get experience without having a job first. And the common advice? Just do projects, bro. But here's the issue. Beginners end up doing random things without any relevance to the industry, and they call them projects. Saying that you build up a SIEM in your resume is good, but if you don't know what to do with the SIEM once you built it, then you haven't actually learned anything that's relevant to the industry. You've just been looking at a box with green lights on. This is not projects, and most importantly, this is not experience. That's why in this video, I'm gonna show you cybersecurity projects that will actually make you stand out. The projects aren't random. They fall under the 5 major cybersecurity areas that are the most in demand in the market right now. But more importantly, I will show you how to add them to your resume. So make sure you pay attention to this video because it's very important for your journey as you're trying to land your first cybersecurity job and progress in your cybersecurity career. The video is broken down into 5 parts that represent the 5 major cybersecurity areas that are in demand in the market. Starting with the one that most of you are familiar with, which is part 1, SOC analyst projects. I want you to acquire and practice your blue teaming and security operations center analyst skills for 2 very important reasons. 1, because SOC analyst jobs are just so high in demand. There is simply more SOC analyst jobs than any other cybersecurity specialization. But 2 is to make you more of a cybersecurity generalist, where you will be performing more than one tasks. And one of the tasks that you will most definitely be performing is analyzing and responding to cybersecurity attacks. This is very common in small to medium-sized organizations. And for that, we have 3 major platforms that I want you to practice with in no particular order. Let's Defend, TryHackMe, and Cyber Defenders. Both Let's Defend and TryHackMe have a live SOC environment. This is basically a real-world live security operations center where you can look at incidents, investigate them, assign them to yourself, and respond to them exactly like we do in the real world. Now, as you learn and practice, not every cybersecurity incident turns out to be a cyber attack. Therefore, it's your duty as a cybersecurity analyst to perform that triage and analysis to perform whether it's a real cyber attack or it's a false positive or a user error. Now, let me show you what the Let's Defend Security Operations Center looks like. As you can see, it looks exactly like a real world Security Operations Center. Now trust me, this is the kind of stuff that you will be asked about in interviews. So having that hands-on practice will help you immensely in passing interviews. Now Cyber Defenders has a slightly different approach. They have what they refer to as Blue Team Labs. Now this is different than their popular certification, Certified Cyber Defender, CCD, which by the way is a fantastic certification. If you want me to do a deep dive in Cyber Defender CCD or into the new TryHackMe cert, let me know in the comment below and I'll make time for it. Now looking at Cyber Defenders Lab, they are basically 3 levels, ranging from beginner all the way to some really challenging and advanced labs. Now looking at their labs, it's pretty comprehensive as you can see, and it goes really deep into incident response and digital forensics. So if digital forensic and incident response, which is short for DFIR, is something you're interested in, then Cyber Defenders is definitely a great platform for that. I'll leave a link to all these labs in the description box below. But the question is, do you really need to do all of those labs? And my honest answer is, you should continue to learn up until you land your first cybersecurity job, because this is the real stuff that you perform in your cybersecurity job. So if you don't have experience, the way we add this to the resume, which we will get to shortly, is precisely to compensate for lack of experience. Now, once you land your first cybersecurity job, it's your choice. You can choose to continue to learn and progress in your career, or you can do what the majority of people do, which is nothing. Most people in cybersecurity, they don't learn and they don't progress in their career. One is not better than the other. It's your choice, it's your life. I personally chose to continue to learn and progress, whilst my colleagues were pretty happy with the job they got and they're just cruising. There are pros and cons to each approach. One is not better than the other. You're an adult and you need to make your own choices. Now in this video, I'm giving you a lot of options. Pick the one that resonate more with you and work your way through the others. You don't really need to do them in order. And if you find that some of these labs are difficult, the assumption here is that you followed some of my roadmaps where I recommend hands-on practical certifications such as Hack the Box CDSA or Cyber Defender the CCD or Blue Team level 1 and level 2 and try Hackney. So if you find that the labs are a bit too hard, perhaps go and do a proper hands-on certifications, then come back to these labs. However, most of you will be able to just follow through and do these labs even without doing these certifications. It's not what I recommend, but it's possible.